You guys ready? So today's project is definitely not above sea level.
Okay, so, that's not me. That guy is me. I have always loved being on a boat. But this particular day, I'm on a boat for my job. My job isn't a typical one. I am a YouTube editor for my buddy Jerry Rig Everything. And I wanted to give you a look behind the scenes and share some insights into my job. YouTube editing is a job that is unique, but not one that is talked about often.
You gotta do the camera.
But first, let me tell you a little bit about what happened on the boat. Going into today, we only had a vague idea of what we were getting ourselves into. Now, we were going out with a group that is planting coral, but we didn't fully know the process, and we knew we only had one day to film.
Statistic is a little out of date, but we're under 2% live coral cover on Florida's coral reef. We have very little coral left compared to what it was. Most of our species are endangered or at least threatened. Some of the species are functionally extinct now, meaning they no longer reproduce naturally. We don't get any new corals of those species showing up anywhere. What we're trying to do with this restoration is just boost those populations a little bit, try to keep them from going extinct, maintain the genetic diversity that we used to have on the reefs.
So now we understood the mission. Luckily, you can see from the footage, the water was glass and the sun was shining. Perfect day for filming. The first issue, though, was I haven't gotten my scuba certification yet, so I couldn't be helpful for the most crucial parts of the video. The good news is I made sure most of the cameras stayed dry. We had 3 or 4 dives planned to get the job done, and this is going to make my life harder. Let me explain. When a video is filmed, I have to worry about how much footage I'm sifting through. With 3 or 4 cameras filming the action, every minute filmed adds approximately 10 minutes to my watch time, and that's just watching. After watching, I have to re-watch it to bookmark the best clips and re-watch it as I edit it into the video. That's just regular footage, so don't even get me started on 360-degree footage, because that's exactly what Zach's filming with. So, not being scuba certified is costing me hours of work, because when I'm present for the filming, I know exactly what we tried to capture in real time. But for now, that's a problem for another day. Now, all this was playing out in my head as Zach spent time in a couple of dives.
How'd you like it?
Pretty good.
Yeah?
Wish you had those long blades on that one.
Honestly, I have no idea what I'm doing, so I don't know what would help or what wouldn't help.
Never felt a long blade, so we don't know if they help or not.
How did it compare to expectations?
I didn't really have any expectations going down, but like just being down there is like wild. I don't know. It was just like a surreal out-of-body experience, just floating around. Like there was times where I had the camera like right next to you,
right,
and then like all your bubbles would come and like lift me up, and it was just like floating around like a spacewalk.
That's the cool thing about diving, is it is like space. You've got 3 dimensions that you can kind of move in and orient yourself, and you can see a lot of cool different angles like that.
I don't know if we'll leave that in or not, but just
the way that we're actually going to go about planting these corals utilizes a hammer and a 2-part marine epoxy. The idea here is to take your piece of coral and find a spot on the reef where it's going to be a little bit elevated. It's not going to be laying down in a sand patch. It's not going to be covered in algae. And then you want to use the back of the hammer, the chisel side of the hammer, to scrape away and chip away at that reef rock. Because right now it's covered in sand, algae, a bunch of slimy, gross stuff that's going to compete with the coral. We want to clear all of that away so it's nice and clean, and so that the epoxy will actually attach to that substrate. Okay.
And then Nikki, how long have you been doing this?
5.5 years actually. It's gone by really fast.
The good news is Zach was able to confirm with me that he got the shots he needed for a storyline.
I don't have anything to say this time.
I was hoping.
Something was up with my mask. Like it was filling up.
We couldn't review the footage on the boat because we didn't have enough time on the water, and we weren't sure what the footage looked like yet. So Zach took one last dive for good measure. And it's a good thing he did, because as we later learned, some of the clips from our first dive were unusable because of how blurry it was. And our best clips came out of the last dive.
That turtle could have been more perfect.
So perfect.
In case you're curious about the editing side, there was about 5 or 6 hours worth of footage. That's at least half my working hours for the week, just figuring out what was captured. And since I only had a week to work on this video, I wasn't gonna get much sleep. Especially not after waking up to this the first night. So, I was fast asleep. All of a sudden this alarm going off. This is what it's like on the outside. Yeah, I'm not gonna sleep that much. But for now, we're still on the boat. And we gotta get out of here, because there's a storm coming.
Yeah, let's get out of here. Such a fun project.
You might be asking, why are you making a video about this? I wanted to document the kind of work that goes into making videos. And to be honest, sometimes it is worth the lack of sleep if you can lift someone up, even if it's just for a few minutes a day in a video. But in the future, I'm hoping to share more of my adventures, so feel free to join in. Oh, yes, and one more thing before I go.
And thanks a ton for watching. I'll see you around. Is that a good one?